I'm seeing BTS. Let's just put that out there now so that it has time to hit me. So a better way to celebrate than doing a recipe straight from Jungkook, Golden Maknae, Can't Do Anything Wrong, created this recipe for Suyuk, and we're gonna recreate it here today on RJ's Food Rocks. 안녕하세요. RJ Food Rocks입니다. Hello, I am RJ Food Rocks. Welcome to another episode of RJ's Food Rocks. Today is a very special episode because it's not every day you can say, I'm making this recipe that BTS created. Bangtan. Very big fan of BTS. You know, it's just something that I've picked up recently, and it's just something that I like. Pretty cool. You know, it's a very casual thing to like BTS, I feel like, because it's, you know, it's a really easy fandom to get into. There's really not a lot of like, I don't know, stuff, I want to say. So it's a very palatable fandom to get into, and it's not like you have to go out and, you know, spend like hundreds of dollars just getting BTS things, you know what I mean? Anyway, today is a very special episode because, like I said, I'm not meeting BTS. I sound crazy. I'm not meeting BTS. Will we lock eyes? Absolutely. We'll be locking eyes at SoFi Stadium and Permission to Dance live. When you're watching this video, I had already seen BTS, so I'm probably dead or deceased. So please make sure to send flowers to my name. Today's episode is very special because I am going to be making a recipe that is created by the one and only Jungkook. Jungkook. Jungkook is the Golden Maknae, the youngest member of BTS. He is an amazing dancer, amazing singer. This year, they released a special reality show called In the Soop 2. It's the second season of it. They basically spend 4 days at this like retreat, and just cameras just watch them so you can see how they relax, and it's so sweet. I'm gonna say the best show on TV. When they're in the soup, they actually have time to like cook for themselves, and JK created a boiled pork called Suyuk, and I basically was like, that looks amazing. So I've already talked about BTS Army Kitchen. They're an amazing Twitter that anytime there's any food related thing with BTS, they're the first people to post something on Twitter so that people can either have a recipe or just, you know, start a conversation and like be like, hey, what BTS food are you eating right now? There's another Twitter account, Jinhit and JP. She actually also posted this recipe of Suyuk. She made it exactly how Jungkook made it on the episode with the ingredients that he was using. So I'm very excited. I'm going to be recreating this. I don't even have the words to explain how amazing Jungkook is. Jungkook is an amazing dancer. He's so charismatic. He is beautiful. He is one of the sexiest men alive. He has beautiful thighs. And now he can cook too. So you know what? There's no hope for anyone else in the world because the perfect man already exists. And his name is Jungkook. And he lives in Korea. Let me show you how to make this boiled pork. You've seen in my previous videos that I love pork. Obviously, pork belly is like a staple in Filipino culture, Filipino cuisine. Same goes for Korea. So when I first saw him make this actually in the soup, I was like, oh, this is really interesting. I've never had, I guess, just like boiled pork on its own before. In the Philippines, obviously, we boil pork to soften it and then deep fry the heck out of it. This one is only going to take like an hour or so. I am essentially just getting this pork belly nice and dry and then searing it on a pan. I had like leftover schmaltz, which is basically like chicken fat rendered out of making chicken thighs. I had this leftover schmaltz that I was like, you know, this has some amazing umami. Why don't I use this to sear the pork belly? So that's essentially what I'm doing. I'm just searing it so that way, just make sure I get a nice golden brown color on the pork belly. I'm starting to now create the poaching liquid or the boiling liquid that I'm going to use to poach and boil my pork belly. So an onion, a full medium onion. I had another just half an onion ready to be used. So I was like, I'm just gonna add it and add that too. So add this to the pot with the schmaltz. I added about 8 cloves of garlic and then 2 stalks of green onion that I just kind of cut in like, you know, medium size length. I have a Korean green pepper here, so I'm just using one, and I chopped it, probably like slice it around the same size as the green onion, so just like in thirds. And then I am adding a half of an apple.
Night apple is poison apple, but I'm okay because I'm JK.
Next part, I'm adding a little bit of soju to deglaze that pan. I'm using about a half cup here, but I'm kind of just eyeballing. Also, love soju, love the taste of it, love cooking with wine in general. So I added that soju in there to make sure I get all of that fond, all of that yummy flavor from searing the pork belly. And then I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. I'm adding this thing called samjang, which is soybean paste. It's a great, usually it's actually a dipping sauce in Korean food, but I like adding it in the food sometimes when I'm making it. So I think you can use like miso if you don't have samjang. And then I'm just cracking some black pepper and then also adding some whole black peppercorns in there as well. And then I'm probably adding about 2 cups of water here, mixing everything around. And then this was funny. The last part that Jungkook adds to his water is rosemary. There's just like a pot of rosemary in the kitchen, and he's like, this smells good. I should add it too. Once that pork belly is back in there, I'm letting this come to a boil again. And once I see it boiling again, then I'm going to lower the fire to about like medium low to low, just until I get a nice little simmer, just kind of like small bubbles that are appearing on the poaching liquid. And then I'm gonna cover it up, and I am letting this boil for about 45 minutes to an hour. Usually that hour time will be enough to kind of help break down the fat. So that way the fat kind of melts in your mouth and is soft rather than chewy and rubbery. So I'd say an hour is a great bet for your suyuk. And then I'm preparing this on a board, just like Jungkook did. So I'm just slicing this pork belly, and as you can see, it slices so nicely, very nice and tender. The banchan, or the side dishes, is kind of like the key about Korean food. You have this one meat, or like your meat dishes, and then just like a plethora of different side dishes. So Jungkook used pak kimchi, which is green onion kimchi, and then he used like pickled mustard leaves or something. I couldn't really find that. The closest thing that I found was pickled garlic leaves. And then for the side, I'm adding a little bit more of that samjang for a dipping sauce, just regular cabbage kimchi, and then pickled radishes as my other banchan, and then little bowls of rice. And then I'm also using lettuce leaves so that you can make lettuce wraps with your pork belly. And there you go. Your pork belly suyuk is ready to go. You're gonna see us go insane of how tender and soft this pork belly is, and you are going to enjoy it and love it. And it was so easy to put together. 잘 먹겠습니다.
Action. Oh wait, hold on.
안녕하세요. Today we made Jungkook's suyuk, boiled pork that he cooked in the soup.
Season 2.
Season 2, because
In the super.
my little Jungkookie is a chef, master chef. So that's that. This is green onion kimchi. This is pickled garlic leaves, and then our banchan.
Wait, sorry. Garlic is a leaf?
Yeah, it's a bulb, so it sprouts up. 잘 먹겠습니다.
Oh! Yeah.
Jungkook, this recipe. The pork is so tender.
It's so tender. It
falling
actually has
apart
like a
right now.
ton of flavor. For
Very
something that's
flavorful.
boiled.
For something that is boiled,
Yeah.
He put a lot of different stuff in there, but it's so good. Let me try a lettuce wrap now.
Did you have to watch the video
Look at
to
that.
figure it out, or did somebody write it down? At least you're wearing an apron.
BTS Army Kitchen on Twitter had all the ingredients. Right?
Ah.
They're doing Army's doing the work.
Shocking.
Gonna try this garlic leaf.
I love samjang. That's so good.
I want you to try this. Tell me if you like it. Tastes like a leaf.
Tastes like the pickling.
Well, that's it. It's a very good dish.
Go home!
Here's the Army. Here's the Bangtan Sonyeondan. Here's the Bulletproof Boy Scouts. Here's the Oh, Are You Late Too? Here's the Wings. Here's
Keep
the
going.
Uporia.
No, do the albums.
No. Cheers!
It's easy.
You gotta drink that whole thing, guh. Oh, that's just plain soju. No flavor.
No flavor.
Ooh! 감사합니다. Thank you so much for watching this episode of RJ's Food Rocks. You can find me on all of your social media at RJ Food Rocks. Or if you love the show and what we do here, you can take a step further and be part of the Patreon. For $5 a month, you can join the Patreon and you can be a part of the Food Rockers community. You get bonus behind the scenes videos. You have a chance to win a monthly gift at the top of every month. And it's just a great way to say, hey, I think you're doing a great job. Here's $5 on me. I also do podcasts on the Ampliverse, so you can check us out on theampliverse.com and the Ampliverse YouTube channel. I also have merchandise on my Etsy store, linked down below. You can get shirts, aprons, a beanie, stickers, all that good stuff. Make sure you like and subscribe and watch all of these other videos as well. But Jungkook and I are gonna say goodbye. 감사합니다. 안녕. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time with another video.